Welcome to CCTV America. I'm Mike Walter. We begin in the Middle East. The death toll in Gaza has now surpassed 100 after 4 days of Israeli airstrikes. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says international pressure won't stop him from using force. Meantime, Palestinian militants are continuing their rocket attacks on Tel Aviv, Jerusalem, and other Israeli cities. CCTV's Roee Ruttenberg reports.
The early morning strike on a 3-story building in the Yebna refugee camp near Gaza's Rafah border crossing with Egypt, Palestinians say left 5 people dead. Witnesses say they were all members of the same family and that 15 others were injured. Meanwhile, mourners nearby buried a family of 8, including 2 children they say were killed in an Israeli airstrike just 1 day earlier. Israel says one of them was a top-wanted militant. It comes as more rockets from the Gaza Strip were fired into Israel, reaching Haifa in the north and Jerusalem further east. The armed wing of Islamic Jihad released this footage showing its launches on Thursday. Israel says more than 400 rockets have been fired against its cities since Tuesday. The country's leader vowed to fight on.
No international pressure will prevent us acting with all of our force against a terror organization that is calling for our destruction. We will continue to forcefully attack anyone who is trying to hurt us. We will continue to defend, both with determination and wisdom, our home front, the citizens of Israel.
As more Israeli reservists arrived at their bases in the country's south, the question most are now asking is not if, but when Israeli troops will go in by ground.
The Israeli government said it will conduct a ground operation in Gaza, which may start within hours. This morning we were informed that the residents of the border area were asked to leave their homes and go inland.
Meanwhile, the unrest spread to the West Bank, where Palestinian youths clashed with Israeli troops. The youth threw stones at soldiers, who fired back with tear gas, stun grenades, and rubber bullets. And in East Jerusalem, that tension spilled over to the streets following Friday prayers, as Palestinians clashed with police for the 2nd week in a row. In a conversation with the Israeli Prime Minister, the U.S. President Barack Obama told Netanyahu that Washington would be willing to try to broker a ceasefire between Israel and Hamas. Obama has warned of a possible all-out escalation. The U.S. considers Hamas a terrorist organization, but has in the past used back channels to communicate with the group. Many now are wondering if Obama will be able to put those back channels to use and at the same time convince the U.S.'s longest-standing ally in the Middle East to stop. Roee Ruttenberg, CCTV in Tel Aviv.